All right, welcome back, friends. We are continuing to be joined by ministers from the Modi government. We earlier had Jitendra Singh, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, and of course, he's also Minister of Science and Technology. Now we have with us Union Minister of Cabinet rank for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. Pranav continues to be with us. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Puri. This is Abhishek Kapoor this side. My first question to you, as effectively the carbon minister, the finance minister was mostly speaking about the decarbonization path. Do you see in this a sustainable transition to clean, tech-driven energy future for India?
Thank you very much, Abhishek ji. I'm not entirely sure that I'm flattered by being described as the carbon minister. I know I'm the minister for petroleum and natural gas, but in fairness to us, we have also gone from 1.4% of biofuel blending to 20% biofuel blending, raising CBG and green hydrogen. But yes, when the finance minister spoke about the 20,000 crore outlay for CCUS, carbon capture and storage, I was very happy. I'm happy because like the steel and power sector, the refineries have also been listed, and for the refineries, taking advantage of this incentive for decarbonization is very significant. Yes, I'm very happy about it.
I'm sorry, sir. The only reason why I said carbon was alluding to the carbon fuels, but I hope you understood that. But my next question is, you are
I know. I took it in the I took it in the right spirit. But you see, I very often the work we do is such that instead of being called a petroleum and natural gas minister, I'm also called the Minister for Energy Transition. But you're absolutely right, energy transition. I think the story we have on biofuels, on green hydrogen, on CBG, on compressed natural gas, otherwise, or even cylinder gas, that's transition.
Yeah.
But you're right, decarbonization is a very important thing. And I think the point, Abhishek ji, that is earlier we were only talking about decarbonization. Here is something solid in the budget in terms of providing financial incentive for refineries and others who are adding to the carbon footprint to decarbonize. So I'm very happy about it.
So I much appreciate you taking it in the right spirit. My next question is, this announcement is coming in a certain backdrop of the geopolitics of energy, and you have just come out of the India Energy Week. You think, sir, that with this decision today and other aspects included in the budget, India has actually made a geopolitical statement as well?
Abhishek, I would go a step further. It's not a statement we are making today. I think on the energy front, we are today uniquely positioned. We have diversified our sources of supply. As I was mentioning earlier in the day, from 27 countries, we are now buying from 41 countries. Our basic thrust is that we buy energy from wherever it is available at the most competitive prices. But the more important thing is, we are today the third largest consumer, a very large importer, but we are also the fifth largest exporter of energy and energy products. Our refining capacity, we are the fourth largest refiner in the world. It's 260 million metric tons per annum. It is going up to 320 and then maybe beyond to 400 also. So insofar as the energy discourse is concerned globally, India is in a unique position. India is central to that, and decisions made by India impact the global market. I mean, you could say at one stage today, because more and more oil is coming on the global market, it is to some extent a buyer's market. But India has been a very responsible player. India's decisions have helped stabilize global prices. India's decisions are long-term, they are predictable, and our energy transition story is particularly good. So I think this budget adds to that. For instance, there is one small decision, it is not very prominent, but let me draw your attention to it. In our compressed natural gas component, the biogas part will no longer be assessed for duty.
Yes.
What will be the impact on it? Will it make the CNG cheaper? My answer is absolutely yes. Will it make other parts of the chain cheaper? My answer is yes. Now, I don't like to indulge in, hyper assessments. I would say as we go along, we will make an assessment. And the assessment is that going forward, biofuels, biogas, compressed biogas, all these are receiving a boost. So when a budget comes up with something like this, I'm thrilled. But more important, for any energy-related ministry, the fact that your capital expenditure has gone up. You know, in 2014, Abhishek ji, it used to be 2 lakh crores. Last year, when we reached 11 lakh crores, there were people like me wondering, will we be able to sustain and absorb 11 lakh crores? Lo and behold, instead of 11 lakh crores, it has gone up to 12.2 lakh crores. Yeah. Plus all the other decisions I'm taking, 10,000 crores on, biopharma, 10,000 crores on semiconductors. These are small but significant opening. Yeah. Now, if this biopharma thing takes off, India is the, pharmacy of the world. Not only generics, but even other medicines, patented drugs, etc. You're going there. So this is a budget designed for becoming the third largest and on to being Viksit Bharat by 2047. So I applaud the overall thrust and the decisions which this budget has announced.
Sir, please allow me to ask just 2 quick questions based on your long answer. One is, you said that India has diversified its sources from 27 to 41 countries now. Does that include Venezuela? Because US President has made that announcement just earlier in the morning. And 2, you mentioned the fact that India is the stabilizer of the global energy market. Are you suggesting that as the 4th largest exporter of energy, we could be supplying to nations which are otherwise sort of making geopolitical statements targeting India?
Well, first of all, let me say, Abhishek, that I'm glad you asked this question on Venezuela, because I should like to say that we have a long-standing, old, traditional relationship with Venezuela. It's very long. By the way, you are referring to one statement made by President Trump today, or which has been carried today. Our Prime Minister had a telephone conversation with Her Excellency Celsi Rodriguez on the 30th. There was a delegation from Venezuela in Goa for the India Energy Week from 27th to 30th. Now, this is nothing new. We've had a long-standing relationship of buying oil from them. Our refineries, at least 2 or 3 that I know, are particularly configured to deal with that heavy oil which Venezuela produces. And we have been buying from Venezuela earlier also. In fact, I have $1 billion stuck there. So we were buying earlier when it came into those sanctions, etc. Now, Venezuela has large reserves. I mean, they were estimated at 300 billion barrels at one stage, but they're only producing 1 million barrels a day, partly because there has not been much investment there. But if Venezuelan production goes on, and India has been traditionally buying, and we are going to buy more, it's good news for India. It's very good news. Insofar as exporting, look, we export largely to known destinations. For instance, we export to Brazil. We buy crude from Brazil and we export diesel and petroleum products. By the way, targeting ko chhodiye, we are buying $15 billion of energy from the United States. These market knows about these conditions. So we are today the 5th largest exporter in the world. And when our refining capacity increases, my understanding is that some of the small tin pot refineries will close down. There will be 3 or 4 major global refining centers. India will be one of them. So the India energy story is a good one. And I think budgets like this, not only this year, but over the years, the energy sector has been receiving very high priority. Now, every budget cannot deal with every sector. I applaud the capital expenditure. I applaud the decarbonization. I applaud the other decisions when you have high-speed rail connections, when you have work on, city economic region, when you go to tier 2, tier 3 cities, all energy is being taken up. But the most important thing which people tend to miss, there is a 20-year tax holiday for data. If you set up an AI cloud here in India and it also services Indian thing, there's no tax on it. I mean, this is going to have very far-reaching economic benefits for the Indian data system. Now, data is crucial. Data, as somebody told me, is the new oil. I come across all kinds of description. This is a very, very welcome development.
Thank you so much, sir. Pranav, my business editor, has a question for you, sir.
Mr. Puri, now that you rightly said that we've diversified enough, do you think we are in a position, India is in a position to probably absorb the volatility in the global market and sort of, isolate our citizens from the price shocks that may be happening and give a steady fuel price within the country?
Arnab, first of all, I'm glad to be talking to you, my friend. First of all, I would say that by and large, and I'm choosing my words carefully, we have been able to insulate our citizens, the Aam Aadmi or the consumer of energy. Let me give you an example. Today, the cylinder gas, which is the LPG, which is the product of a refinery, we are supplying it to our citizens who are the beneficiaries of the Ujjwala scheme for as little as 5 rupees a day for a family of 4. Those who are not beneficiaries of the Ujjwala scheme are receiving it at about 13, 14 rupees a day. Now, if you look at the total number of gas cylinders in the country, it's 33.33 crores, gone up from 14 crores in 2014. And if one's connection is for a family of 4, we have saturated the entire country, apart from piped gas, natural gas, which is cheaper and cleaner. Now, the international price went up, and our companies in the process incurred a loss of 39,000 crores, Arnab, but it was not passed on to the citizen. That money which was incurred by those companies is partly coming back through this budget, and that is excellent news. So your answer is not, my answer to you, if I may respectfully submit, is not that we'll be able to do it in future. We have already insulated the consumer. Now, I want to again be careful. If the global turbulence becomes even more uncertainty, more unpredictability, yes, I think we are well equipped for 2 reasons. One is there is more and more energy coming on the global markets, essentially from Western Hemisphere suppliers. I've had 3 meetings with the Canadian ministers, Minister Sandhu, then the Premier of British Columbia, and then the Minister Hodgson in Goa during the Energy Week. More and more countries want to sell energy to us. They want to sell more and more natural gas to us. And starting from 2026, there will be a huge increase in gas supply, prices will also come down. So I am very hopeful, my friend, that coming period we will be able to insulate and in fact cushion our consumers from global volatility.
Wonderful. All right, thank you so much, sir, for those fantastic news points that came out of our conversation with you both as Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister and the Energy Transition Minister. I stand corrected. Thank you so much for coming on our broadcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving on. Pranav, let's move on. Ashwinder Singh